Campesino's coffee guy. We're glad you're with us on this journey through coffee. Today we're always learning and growing on our journey, aren't we? It's just when I think I've gotten the basic, I'm learning there's so much more for me to grow into. I've been learning the last 3 years. I've been learning about espresso profiling. Now, when we talk about espresso profiling, we're talking about the amount of pressure that's applied to the coffee. Now, this machine is set for, I've got it set for 9 bars, which means that when it's activated and this is turned on, the pump is on, I'm pushing 130 pounds of pressure through the coffee, which is going to get the goodness out in a shorter amount of time. Now, with pressure profiling, you're going to adjust the pressure on the coffee. Why is that important? Because coffee changes. It's full of molecules, it's full of oils, and once the oils deplete from the coffee that you're brewing, you want to back off the pressure so it doesn't pull the bitterness out of the coffee. And so with coffee profiling, typically we're learning that you want to start and pre-wet. Now, if you do pour-overs, you understand the bloom. You wet it, you let it sit. You see the carbon dioxide escaping. You see things escaping from the coffee, and that's why the aromas are escaping. You're seeing the molecules. It's releasing those molecules. The coffee is releasing that, and you smell it. And that's why when you go to a shop and you smell that coffee, it's the molecules in the air that are being released through the heat of the water, and the molecules are flying through the air, and your nose is sensing these wonderful things, and it's dancing, and you're very excited. Well, with those molecules and with temperature and with pressure, it makes it short or long, the extraction. So by looking at an E61, we're going to see that this cap can be taken off, and it can have a needle valve put on where it can be turned and go up and down. And that will vary the pressure in the group head. And we have for you a new machine, and they are going to demonstrate and pull a shot for you with a pressure profiling. Now, with Rancilio, we did a temperature profiling, but now we're doing a pressure profiling.
Hi there, I'm Jim with Bravo Beverages, and today in front of us we have the Lelit Bianca double boiler or dual boiler PID espresso machine that has paddle pressure profiling. We'll put pressure profiling here. We'll pull a shot here for you. We already have our loaded portafilter espresso ground coffee. We'll lock it in. Our temperature's at 194 degrees. And let me get a cup here. The pump pressure set at about 11 bar. You can change that easily from the bottom of the machine. And then we're just going to lift up the lever. And you'll see the brew pressure going up. Right now we're on full open, and it's just going to go just to about 11 bar. And right now we have the pour coming out, and I can basically change the pressure to 9 bar. And one of my favorite types of espressos is actually to bring it down, either to 2 bar or 4 bar. So the flow's starting at a drip right now. So I'm going to increase the pressure because I'm going to react to what's coming out. And right now we are pulling a 41-second shot, which will stop off right there.
41 seconds.
Yep. And a ton of crema, a little bit of blonding, but I raised the pressure up, but we can get rid of that by decreasing the pressure. And basically you get some really thick espresso that comes out with the paddle for the brew pressure profiling. First machine to have this on an E61 group head made by Lelit. This came out in June of 2018, and in the US it was available in September of 2018, and we've been selling a bunch of these since then. Great little machine for home, office, and low volume commercial use.
Okay. What is in the back? Is that your water tank?
Okay, another important feature is this water reservoir. The machine has included a filter cartridge, water softener system. This tank is removable. Every time you fill the tank up, you can move it on this meter right here. And once you go to 28 fills, you know it's time to change your cartridge. So you can keep track of changing the cartridge. The other nice feature is this reservoir. If you stick your hand in here, it's room temperature water, and you have more consistency if you leave the machine on for 2, 3, or more hours per day. When the tank is on the inside, what happens is that water starts heating 10, 20 degrees higher, and it changes the thermodynamics throughout the whole system when you're pulling the shot. So that's another feature.
Can it be plumbed in?
And it can be plumbed in as a rotary vane pump, not a gear-driven pump. And this tank, you can take 2 screws out and move it to this side or this side. So if you have cabinetry or cupboards on top and you can't access the tank, you can move it to the either side, righty or lefty fill from the side, which is another great feature. If you want to plumb it in, you can take the tank assembly and the hose out completely, so you have actually more counter space. And there's some customers who are buying the machine, plumbing it in, because they don't have the depth for the machine. So they either put it on the side or they take it off completely. So that's another new feature that's found inside the machine. Stainless steel boilers, of course, inside, and like I said, rotary vane pump, which is extremely durable. So these are the big factors on the machine, and the wood accoutrements are also included.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
This machine could be converted by putting a needle valve paddle on the top here, and this could be taken off. This little cap here can be taken off, and it could have a pressure gauge or a temperature gauge put in it. So you could read the temperature or the pressure. And if you have a needle valve, you want to see what that pressure is on your coffee. And you can see by activating and changing the needle valve, you're going to increase or decrease the pressure on that coffee. So you're going to get the good out, and you're going to lighten up before it gets the bad out. And you can extend the extraction from, you know, the average shot, 25-30 seconds, 20-30 seconds, is now you can stretch it out to a great shot in 40 seconds because you're doing it lower pressure. So we need to think about what we're doing and how the science and art are combining to get a great shot of espresso. And that's what we're learning about espresso profiling. This is Guy from the Vecinos Coffee Guy. Hit the bell and you'll be notified when we put out a new video.